for us, we have two solutions. One is predicated on assisting our clients in being transparent. There is less transparency in emerging markets than you have in developed markets. The second one is making the funders comfortable with that SME space through various tools. And so I can go into further details, but these twin pillars of one, transparency for the traders, and two, structuring the funding in a way that is, for want of a better word, a bit like building blocks like Legos, where they can pile up funding. The payment tools that we have at our disposal in our sector are fundamentally changing. You know, the LC business, I believe, is down to 10%. And so the vast majority of SME traders in emerging markets do not have anywhere near the capacity required for banking payment tools such as letters of credits. And so they have to explore outside banking channels. And there you do not have any structure whatsoever, and you need to build that structure. Otherwise, what you have is tailor-made solutions which are costly and time-consuming. Now, the digitization process occurs at multiple levels, and you have to go back to fundamentals. What is the risk? The risk is twofold. One is you have a credit risk on the counterparties, and two, you have a transaction risk on the underlying transaction. And so the digitization process has to focus on both. So the credit risk, KYC, AML, how do you deal with that? The transaction risk, bill of lading, but also the invoice side of things. We have to remember that at the end of the day, when you offer credit, it's based on an invoice as well, not only the underlying transaction, which is a bill of lading. And so what we provide within our sphere and as Triterras are various tools that mitigate both these risks in specific ways, which added together come to mitigate risk more generally. These tools, I think, are critical as we are rebuilding the fundamental building blocks of trade finance and commodity trading. In a yield-starved market, SMEs offer higher yield prospects than well-established companies. And so to be able to funnel the excess liquidity that we see in the West, mainly obviously in the US, into cash-starved emerging markets in a way that doesn't obviously destroy the underlying loan, that's the key. That's what our platform is really built for. And all these risk mitigation tools are there to make sure that this flow happens because the funders feel more comfortable with the transparency and the quality of the risk that they can identify better.